inside a drawer last night. The words were full of promises that once felt so alive. You wrote about forever, you wrote that we'd be fine. I read it in the darkness and wondered when we changed our minds. Maybe we didn't lose the love, maybe we lost our way.
I couldn't say what we used to be.
I held the pieces in my hands, but they kept slipping free.
I couldn't say what we used to be.
Sometimes loving someone deeply still can make them stay with you. Your favorite record's playing, the one we used to dance to. I almost turned around, expecting to see you. The room still holds our laughter, the walls remember everything, but memories can't bring back what tomorrow couldn't bring. I kept repairing yesterday while you were moving on.
I couldn't say what we used to be.
I kept believing one more night could change our destiny.
I couldn't say what we used to be.
You were already letting go while I was begging love to breathe. If I had loved you differently,
Would you have stayed? Maybe nothing could have changed the road my heart was taking.
sometimes two people love each other.
And still can't find the way.
I couldn't say what we used to be.
But I won't regret the love
You once gave to me.
I couldn't save what we used to be.
I'll let the past rest gently and carry what it taught me.
I couldn't save our forever,
But I can finally set it free. You still wore your wedding ring, still whispered sleep tonight. But something in your quiet eyes could no longer hold mine. The television filled the room with voices we ignored. Somehow we stopped talking without starting a war. It wasn't that you stopped loving,
you just forgot how. You forgot to love me slowly.
one sunset at a time. I kept writing love letters.
You stopped reading mine. You forgot to love me slowly.
While I loved you still,
Some hearts don't stop beating,
they just stop feeling. Your coffee turned cold beside your mind, stayed untouched too. We were sharing the same silence like strangers always do.
The curtains danced with moonlight, the wind called out your name. Funny how the whole world moved while we stayed the same.
I was holding every promise, you were letting go of hope.
You forgot to love me slowly,
Without a single fight,
you drifted like the ocean
out into the night.
You forgot to love me slowly.
No, I never let you go.
Sometimes love leaves quietly,
Too softly to know. If I kissed you
like the first time,
would your heart remember?
maybe, but memories can't become tomorrow again.
Some forever stories
End without ending. You forgot to love me slowly,
but I never forgot you.
every lonely sunrise
Still begins with you.
You forgot to love me slowly,
Still I hope you're free,
because loving you forever
will always be
part of me, part of me.
You loved me on the good days, when the sky was clear and blue, when life was easy on your heart, and I was easy to love too. But when the nights got heavy and the silence filled the room, you started pulling farther, like love had left too soon. I kept waiting for the old you to come back through that door.
You only loved me when it was easy.
When there was nothing left to fight,
You held me close in the sunshine,
but disappeared into the night.
you only loved me when it was easy.
When my heart didn't ask for more,
I gave you all of my broken pieces.
you stopped reaching for the door. I never needed perfect, I never needed a dream. I only needed someone who wouldn't leave when things got deep. I stayed through all your shadows, I held you through your pain.
But when my heart needed saving, you didn't stay the same.
I thought love meant holding on,
Even when the world got hard, you only loved me when
Sometimes two wounded people
can't heal each other. You only loved me when it was easy,
but I loved you through the rain,
through every quiet midnight,
through every hidden pain.
You only loved me when it was easy,
And I won't hold that against you.
I'll just find someone someday
Who knows how to stay
when love gets hard to.
Oh, that little corner cafe still knows our favorite seat. The waiter smiled and asked me, will she be here this week? I only smiled politely and looked down at my hands. Some questions break a heart more than the answers can. Some places never change, only the people do.
I kept waiting
At the place we met,
hoping love remembered
what our hearts forget,
I kept waiting,
where forever began.
sometimes hope keeps breathing
Long after love has ended. Your favorite song came softly from an old cafe radio. For a second I believed you'd walk in through the door. Every empty chair beside me
still carries your name.
funny how memories
Never really change.
I kept returning to a moment that never came back.
I kept waiting
At the place we met,
watching strangers fall in love
while drowning in regret.
I kept waiting till the seasons changed,
But your goodbye
always stayed the same.
Maybe I wasn't waiting for you. I was waiting
For us,
sometimes.
the place stays forever, even when the people don't.
Love
Leaves echoes in ordinary places.
I kept waiting.
At the place we met,
Now I finally understand.
some stories never end.
They simply live
Inside the heart,
I kept waiting. I kept waiting
at the place we met,
because the first place
you fell in love is always the hardest place to leave.
tomorrow, but I never asked you why. I kept making little plans for us while you were learning to say goodbye. You still slept beside me, you still held me sometimes, but there was something missing in the way you looked into my eyes. I saw the distance growing, but I called it just a phase.
I was still calling it love when you had already let go. I was still calling it forever when you were ready to go. I was still calling it love. Every time you turned away, I kept giving us another chance. You kept giving me another day.
I learned to read your silence like a language of its own. I knew when you were somewhere else, even when you were home. Your laughter became quieter, your touch became unsure. I kept knocking on your heart, but you weren't opening the door. Maybe I love the memory
more than what was left. I was still calling it love while we were falling apart. You were standing next to me, but already gone inside your heart. I was still calling it love because I couldn't face the truth. Sometimes holding on to someone means losing parts of you.
How long can a heart pretend
That everything is fine, only until the silence becomes louder than the love?
And sometimes the hardest truth
Is the one we've always known. I was still calling it love,
but now I call it goodbye.
I won't keep asking yesterday
To come back into my life.
I was still calling it love,
And maybe that's okay,
because I gave you all my heart before I learned to walk away.
You used to look into my eyes like I was all you knew. Now when I reach across the room, you look away like strangers do.
You still ask me how I'm feeling, you still say that you're okay, but I can hear the truth in every little thing you don't say.
I don't need another answer.
Your eyes have told me everything.
It's the way you looked away when I said I loved you,
Like the words that lost their meaning,
like they couldn't reach you.
it's the way you looked away that told me I should go.
You were standing right beside me,
But your heart was letting go.
I remember rainy evenings Then you'd pull me close and smile. Now the same old rain is falling, and you're somewhere in your mind.
I keep searching for the moment when the distance first began. Maybe love was slowly fading, while I thought we still had a chance.
I kept reading all your silence, like there was something left to say. It's the way you looked away
when I reached for your hand,
like you wanted me to hold you,
but you couldn't make a stand. It's the way you looked away when I asked you to stay.
you didn't have to say goodbye.
Your eyes, it said it anyway.
Was I losing you that night,
Or had I lost you long before?
you were still holding my hand,
But I couldn't feel the same anymore.
sometimes love leaves quietly
Through the smallest change.
It's the way you looked away that I remember most.
Not the words you said to me,
But the feeling I had lost.
it's the way you looked away. And now I finally know
You can't hold someone's heart
when it's already letting go.
I waited by the window long after you went home, watching all the headlights, trying not to feel alone. Your last words kept repeating like a song inside my head. I kept believing somehow there was something left unsaid.
I was waiting for tomorrow.
You were finished with today. I waited for a love
That was already gone.
I kept singing our old song.
After you stopped singing along,
Waited for a love
that couldn't come back home.
Sometimes hope keeps knocking
On a door that's turned to stone.
Your old photograph is fading by the lamp beside my bed. I still remember every word, every promise that you said. The nights became much longer after you walked away, but slowly I'm discovering
Some wounds need time to fade.
I kept holding on to memories,
because memories don't say goodbye.
I waited for a love
That was already gone.
you had found another sunrise.
I was still waiting on the dawn.
Waited for a love
That had already changed.
kept calling out your name while the silence answered back. Maybe I wasn't waiting for you.
Maybe I was waiting for myself, waiting to believe that I could live without you.
Sometimes letting go
Is the last way we love.
I waited for a love
That was already gone,
now I'm learning how to breathe
and carry myself on.
Waited for a love
That couldn't stay with me,
and maybe losing you was how I learned to finally be free You held me close last Friday, but something felt so far. Your arms were wrapped around me, your heart was somewhere dark. You kissed me on the forehead, then whispered, "Sleep tonight." I wanted to believe you, but something didn't feel right. I could feel the ending in the warmth of your embrace.
I knew you were leaving by the way you held me, like you were memorizing the shape of me. I knew you were leaving, though you never said goodbye. Your arms were saying stay, your eyes were saying why.
You looked at me so softly, like someone saying grace. I didn't know that moment would be the last time I saw that face. The room was almost silent, the rain was falling slow. I wanted to ask you something, but I was scared to know. Sometimes the heart understands before the mind can hear.
I knew you were leaving by the way you held me. You stayed a little longer, like you knew what it would mean. I knew you were leaving before the morning light. I was holding on to forever, you were holding on for one last night.
Was that your final kiss? Did you know it then?
I knew something was ending, I just couldn't say when.
Some goodbyes are whispered
Before they're ever spoken. I knew you were leaving by the way you held me, and I still wish that moment could have lasted endlessly. I knew you were leaving, but I let myself believe. Sometimes we hold somebody even when we know they'll leave.
your side of the bed, just the way you left it there. Your pillow still remembers the weight of you at night. I never changed the curtains, never moved the little things, like somehow keeping them untouched could keep our memories alive.
I know you're not coming back,
but my heart hasn't learned that yet.
I kept your side of the bed,
like you might come home tonight.
I kept a little space for you
underneath the moonlight.
I kept your side of the bed,
even after you were gone.
some habits stay forever when the person doesn't.
The room gets cold at midnight, so I pull the blanket close. For just a second I imagine that I'm holding you once more. Your old shirt hangs behind the door, I still know your perfume. It's strange how someone can disappear and still fill every room. I don't wanna live in yesterday, but yesterday still lives in me.
I kept your side of the bed
While you found somewhere new,
I kept talking to the silence,
like it might answer me with you.
I kept your side of the bed,
Till the nights became too long,
then I finally understood
keeping it empty
wouldn't bring you home.
Tonight I'll fold your pillow,
And put your things away,
not because the love was meaningless,
but because you can't live there forever.
some memories need a place to rest, so the heart
Can breathe again. I kept your side of the bed,
for longer than I should.
I kept believing love would return.
If I waited long enough,
I kept your side of the bed,
but tonight I'll let it go
I'll keep the love inside my heart.
and finally close the door. I watched you from the doorway as you stood beneath the light. You look so much like yesterday, but somehow not tonight. Your voice was still familiar, your smile was almost the same, but something
became a memory while you were still here. I was holding on to someone who was slowly disappearing. You became a memory before you ever left. I kept loving who you used to be while losing you instead.
Your coffee on the table, your shoes beside the door. Little pieces of your presence didn't feel like you anymore. I wanted to ask you if you still believed in us, but the answer in your silence was already loud enough. I kept searching for a reason, you kept giving me your eyes.
You became a memory while you were still here. I could feel the distance every time you came near. You became a memory before the final goodbye. Some people leave the room long before they say goodbye.
I wish I knew the last day we were truly us.
I wish I could have stopped the feeling from fading.
But love can disappear quietly
Without making a sound. You became a memory while you were still here.
and I kept calling it forever.
Because I couldn't face the fear. You became a memory.
And now I finally know
Sometimes losing someone starts before they go.
You still answered when I called, still smiled across the room. But every little piece of us was fading far too soon.
You still wore the ring I gave, still slept beside my side.
But every dream inside your heart was drifting with the tide. It takes two hearts
To keep forever alive.
I was loving us alone
While you were letting go.
I kept watering the roses
After they stopped growing.
I was loving us alone.
Still believing we'd survive.
But one heart can't keep burning
When the other lost its fire.
Your coffee turned to silence, your laughter turned to air. The room was full of memories, but you were never there.
I kept writing little notes you never got to read.
Funny how the strongest love
Can still be left to bleed.
I was fighting for tomorrow.
You were saying goodbye yesterday.
I was loving us alone. Because even broken love
was worth every moment we shared.
You started coming home later without telling me why. Your eyes were somewhere distant whenever I caught your eyes. You still kissed me goodnight. You still said you loved me. But every little gesture felt like something borrowed. I could feel the distance growing, but I was too afraid to ask.
You were leaving me in slow motion,
day by day, night by night.
I was holding on to yesterday,
while you were changing your mind.
You were leaving me in slow motion,
without ever saying goodbye.
Your body stayed beside me,
but your heart was already outside. I noticed little changes in the way you said my name. The conversations got shorter, the kisses weren't the same. You stopped telling me your secrets, stopped asking about my dreams, and somehow all the little things became the biggest things. I kept pretending not to notice, because knowing meant I'd lose you.
You were leaving me in slow motion,
and I watched it happen there.
every time you turned away,
every time you stopped to care.
you were leaving me in slow motion.
I could feel it in your touch.
I kept giving you my everything,
but somehow it wasn't enough. If I had asked you sooner, would you have told me the truth?
Maybe I was already leaving
Before I knew what I was losing.
Some endings take 1,000 moments
before they become goodbye.
You were leaving me in slow motion.
Now I finally understand.
I can't hold on to somebody
who no longer wants my hand.
You were leaving me in slow motion,
but tonight I'll let you go.
I'll remember how you loved me
before you started letting go. kiss me in the morning, still whisper, take care. But there's something in the way you touch me that tells me you're not there. You still ask me how I'm doing, still smile when I walk through, but I can feel the distance in everything you do.
I don't need you to tell me. My heart already knows. You don't love me like you used to, and I feel it every night. You still hold me in your arms, but nothing feels right. You don't love me like you used to, and I wish that wasn't true. I'd rather hear the painful truth than keep pretending it's still you.
We used to talk about forever, like it was ours to keep.
Now we barely say good morning
Before you fall asleep, your favorite song is playing, but you don't sing along. And I'm sitting here beside you,
wondering where we went wrong.
maybe love doesn't disappear.
It just becomes something else. You don't love me like you used to, I can see it in your eyes.
You're still standing next to me,
but you're already saying goodbye. You don't love me like you used to,
and I can't make you stay.
sometimes the deepest kind of love is knowing when to walk away.
If I could make you feel again,
Would you choose me tonight?
I wish I could.
But my heart has changed.
Some love stories end quietly before the final goodbye.
You don't love me like you used to,
And now I finally see
I can't keep asking yesterday
to come back and rescue me.
You don't love me like you used to,
But I remember what was true.
because once upon a time, my love, you loved me, and I loved you too.
You were lying next to me when I felt the distance grow. Your hand was resting on my chest, but your heart was letting go. The room was dark and quiet, only rain against the glass. I wanted to ask what changed, but I was scared to hear the truth at last.
I could feel you fading
before you ever said goodbye.
I could feel you fading beside me.
Little by little every night.
You were still holding my
beneath the midnight rain. I remembered how you danced with me before we learned about the pain. You used to tell me everything, and now I had to ask twice, and every answer sounded like a stranger trying to be nice.
I kept pretending we were okay,
because I wasn't ready
to lose you. I could feel you fading beside me,
though you never walked away.
you were leaving in 1,000 little ways.
Every single day
I could feel you fading beside me,
and I still called your mind
sometimes the heart sees the ending
before the eyes can recognize. If I had held you tighter,
Would you have stayed?
maybe you can't hold a heart that is already changed.
Some love doesn't break apart,
It simply disappears.
I could feel you fading beside me.
And now I understand,
I was trying to save a future.
you had already left behind.
I could feel you fading beside me,
But I won't chase you anymore
I'll remember how you loved me
before you walked out through that door. Ooh. Mm. You used to call me when you couldn't sleep, tell me every secret that you couldn't keep. I'd stay awake until the morning light, just to make sure you were feeling alright. Now the phone stays silent on the other side, and I don't even know where you go at night. Funny how the person who once needed me can become a stranger so quietly. I don't miss being needed,
I miss the way it felt to be your home. I miss the way you needed me,
the way you used to hold on tight,
like I was the only place that made your world feel right. I miss the way you needed me
before you learned to let me go.
Now I have all this love inside, with nowhere left to go.
were sitting in the darkness, listening to the rain. You were only inches from me, but I couldn't feel you there.
You asked me what was wrong. I said nothing, I'm okay.
But we both knew the silence had too much left to say.
I don't remember when it started,
I only know it changed.
that was the night
We stopped feeling like us,
still holding each other,
but losing the trust.
that was the night
We stopped feeling like us.
I was looking for forever.
You were looking for a way out. Your fingers touched my shoulder and slowly slipped away. I wanted to pull you closer, but I didn't know what to say.
The rain kept falling softly against the bedroom glass, and every drop reminded me that nothing ever lasts.
I could feel your heart growing distant while mine was holding tight.
That was the night
We stopped feeling like us,
two people in the same room
with nothing left to trust.
That was the night
We stopped feeling like us,
love was still between our hands,
but it wasn't enough. If I had known that night would be our last,
I would have held you longer.
even knowing you would leave.
Sometimes the last moment
Looks just like every other night.
that was the night
We stopped feeling like us.
I still remember your eyes when you stopped looking for mine. That was the night,
We slowly disappeared,
not because we stopped caring,
but because we stopped being there.
that was the night,
We stopped feeling like us.
and I still wonder
If we could have saved the two of us. The candles burned between us, but never warmed the night. We sat beneath the same moon, looking in different skies. You reached across the table just to move my glass aside. Funny how your fingers stayed while your heart said goodbye.
We kept fixing broken moments instead of broken hearts.
We were the love
We couldn't save,
holding on to promises the tide already claimed.
we were the love we couldn't save.
Two souls standing in nights we chased the stars. Now every light feels farther than where you are. Your sweater still hangs quietly inside our little room, like you never learned you wouldn't be home soon. I kept watering forever while your flowers stopped blooming. We were the love we couldn't say. I was still building bridges. You were right in every way. We were the love we couldn't say. Sometimes love grows tired before it fades away. If forever had one more night, I'd spend it holding you, and I'd spend it remembering the reasons we first fell in love. Not every love story gets the ending it deserves. We were the love we couldn't say, but I'd still choose your heart every single day. We were the love we couldn't say, because even broken love can leave a beautiful memory that never fades away. You still left the hallway light burning every night, but somehow I couldn't find my way back to your eyes. We shared the same old bedroom, the same ceiling above, but somewhere in the silence you stopped calling it love. You were still beside me, but I was already alone. You stopped calling me home long before you left. I was still your shelter. You were holding your last breath. You stopped calling me home, though I never moved away. The hardest kind of distance is when hearts no longer stay. I still hear your footsteps outside our bedroom door, but they don't stop beside me like they did before. The pictures on the mantle still believe we're fine. Only broken hearts can tell when love runs out of time. I kept opening my arms. You kept closing your heart. You stopped calling me home without saying goodbye. I kept searching for forever inside your tired eyes. You stopped calling me home while I whispered you stood beside the door. You looked back for just a moment, like you'd done 1,000 times before.
I wanted to say, don't leave me, but the words stayed in my chest. So I watched you walk away and pretended it was best.
Some goodbyes are never spoken, they just live inside our eyes.
You were my favorite goodbye,
the one I never wanted to say,
the sweetest part of my memories, the time could never take away.
You were my favorite goodbye,
though it broke me when you left.
I loved you through the ending,
and I love what we had left.
your old perfume still lingers on the shirt you left behind. I keep it in the closet like a secret from my mind.
The radio plays our old song when the city falls asleep, and every little melody still knows the love I keep.
I don't wish you back anymore, I just miss who we were.
You were my favorite goodbye,
though I wasn't ready then.
some people leave our lives,
but remain inside our hearts.
you were my favorite goodbye,
The chapter I can't erase,
because losing you completely would mean losing our beautiful days.
if I can meet you one more time,
I wouldn't ask you to stay,
I'd only say thank you.
for loving me that way.
Not every goodbye is a failure,
Some are simply love's last embrace. You were my favorite goodbye,
and maybe that's okay.
some loves are meant to touch our hearts.
Then quietly walk away.
Oh, you were my favorite goodbye,
Now remember you,
not for how the story ended, but for how beautiful it once grew.
I woke up beside you, but felt a world away. Your hand was lying next to mine, with nothing left to say. We used to share our secrets until the morning light. Now I hear you breathing and feel alone at night. I kept searching for the feeling that used to live between us.
It was the love I couldn't feel anymore.
Even when you were standing at my door,
I kept looking for the warmth we used to know,
but every time I reached for you, you let me go.
it was the love I couldn't feel anymore.
And I didn't
that wasn't mine anymore.
Your favorite coffee's waiting beside the kitchen sink. I remember how you loved me before I learned to think. You used to tell me everything that kept you up at night. Now your world is somewhere else and I'm outside.
I kept calling it a season, hoping love would come around. It was the love I couldn't feel anymore,
though I still remember what it was before.
You were close enough to touch, but far enough to lose. And I kept asking questions you didn't want to choose. It was the love I couldn't feel anymore,
a quiet kind of heartbreak at the door.
Nothing had to shatter, nothing had to break.
Sometimes love just disappears before we know it's changed. Maybe I kept loving
the version of you I knew.
Maybe I was still searching
for the person I once loved too.
We weren't cruel,
we just became different people. It was the love I couldn't feel anymore,
and now I'm not afraid to face the truth.
I can keep the beautiful memories
without holding on to you.
It was the love I couldn't feel anymore,
but I know that doesn't make it fake.
Some love can be real
and still become a memory
when two hearts change.
You still wore my favorite sweater, still slept here every night. But somewhere in the quiet, you disappeared from sight.
You still reach to hold my hand when we crossed the street,
but your heart was miles away with every step we meet. I thought we were growing older,
you were growing distant.
I didn't know you were already gone. I kept singing forever after the music moved on.
I didn't know
Your heart had changed
I was loving yesterday while tomorrow called your name.
The picture on the hallway wall still smiles back at me, like nothing ever happened, like we were meant to be. I still leave your side of the bed
Untouched every night,
hoping love might find its way
back before daylight.
You stopped dreaming beside me.
I kept dreaming for us both. drift away.
I didn't know you were already gone.
Now every lonely midnight
Feels twice as long.
I didn't know the last page had been turned,
Because the quietest goodbye
is the one that's never heard.
I still remember your laughter falling softly through the rain. Back when every little moment made me want to stay. Now I hear the same old silence where your voice used to be. And I don't know when forever turned into a memory. I kept holding on to yesterday while tomorrow pulled you away.
Somewhere between loving you and letting go,
I lost the person I was trying to hold.
somewhere between loving you
And saying goodbye, I learned that even forever
can run out of time.
your picture by the window still catches the evening light. And every time the rain comes down, I think of you at night. I don't hate the way it ended, I just wish we'd known before that the hands we held so tightly wouldn't hold us anymore. I wanted one more tomorrow, you needed one last night.
Somewhere between loving you and letting go,
We became two lonely people who were scared to say it so.
somewhere between loving you.
Losing what we knew, I realized that holding on was hurting me and you. If I let you go tonight,
Will I still remember your smile? You'll remember the love, but the pain will fade with time.
maybe letting go,
Isn't the end of love?
maybe it's the final way.
We say enough. Somewhere between loving you and letting go,
I found the strength I never thought I'd know.
somewhere between loving you.
And saying goodbye, I finally stopped asking.
Why you couldn't stay in my life? Somewhere between loving you
And letting you go,
I found myself again.
somewhere I had lost so long ago. smiled at me this morning like nothing had gone wrong. I asked you if you love me. You said of course I do. But there was something in your voice that made the room feel cold, like you were saying words your heart could no longer hold. I would have understood the truth if you had trusted me with it.
I wish you had told me you were falling out of love. I would have held you gently instead of holding on too much. I wish you had told me before you disappeared. I could have cried beside you instead of losing you in silence here.
You stopped telling me your worries, stop reaching for my hand. I kept thinking you were tired. I didn't understand. I made excuses for your distance, said we'd find our way, but every night you moved away, a little more than yesterday. I wasn't afraid of losing you, I was afraid of knowing why.
I wish you had told me you were falling out of love. Maybe we could have faced it before the feeling was gone. I wish you had told me instead of pretending we're okay. I would have loved you through the ending if you'd let me share the pain.
Was there a night you stopped dreaming about us?
There wasn't one single night. It happened slowly.
Some hearts don't stop loving suddenly, they just stop finding their way back.
I wish you had told me you were falling out of love.
I wouldn't have begged forever from a heart that had enough.
I wish you had told me, but now I understand.
Sometimes honesty arrives too late to save what we once had. You used to call me after midnight just to hear me breathe. Now the phone stays quiet, like you don't think of me. We used to chase the moonlight down streets we knew by heart. Now every road we travel only takes us farther apart. I felt you changing slowly, but I was scared to know.
The night you stopped choosing me was the night I lost us both. I was still holding on to love. You were letting go.
The night you stopped choosing me, I could see it in your eyes. You were already catches morning light, and every little memory comes back to me at night. I remember how you held me when the world was hard to face. Now I only hold the silence where you used to leave your warmth. I kept believing in tomorrow. You had already said goodbye.
The night you stopped choosing me, I still called you mine. I was trying to say forever. You were running out of time. The night you stopped choosing me, there was no one to blame, just two hearts losing rhythm while pretending they were the same.
If I had one more chance, would you choose me again?
I wish I could say yes, but my heart had changed.
Some goodbyes begin before the words are spoken.
The night you stopped choosing me
Still lives inside my heart,
I loved you through the silence.
even as we fell apart.
The night you stopped choosing me,
Was painful, but now I know
you can make somebody stay
when their heart wants to go. When their heart wants to go. You used to look into my eyes like I was all you knew. Now when I reach across the room, you look away like strangers do. You still ask me how I'm feeling, you still say that you're okay, but I can hear the truth in every little thing you don't say. I don't need another answer.
Your eyes have told me everything. It's the way you looked away
When I said I loved you,
like the words had lost their meaning.
like they couldn't reach you,
It's the way you looked away
they told me I should go.
You were standing right beside me,
But your heart was letting go. I remember rainy evenings when you pull me close and smile. Now the same old rain is falling, and you're somewhere in your mind.
I keep searching for the moment when the distance first began. Maybe love was slowly fading while I thought we still had a chance.
I kept reading all your silence,
like there was something left to say. It's the way you looked away
when I reached for your hand,
like you wanted me to hold you,
but you couldn't make a stand.
it's the way you looked away
When I asked you to stay, you didn't have to say goodbye.
your eyes have said it anyway. more.